This video, I wanted to offer a meditation that I think everybody can benefit from, and that is a meditation to cultivate patience and to navigate the moments where we find impatience rising up in our awareness, and to do so with wisdom and to do so with the tools that can help us get through that moment without falling into emotional reaction and turning into that other person who we all tend to fall into when we let things go. And so, ironically, I was going to film this earlier, but there has been construction in this building, so I've had to wait. And I've been practicing some of those tools. So what better time than now to offer them out? So feel free to find a comfortable position, seated, ideally, with the spine vertical, shoulders relaxed, hands resting wherever they end up. We'll close the eyes. We'll start off by simply taking a long, slow, deep inhalation right through the nose. Inhale to inflate the abdomen. Let the lungs fill up right up to the top. And then exhale through the nose, allowing the lungs to deflate, and then the belly. Let's do that again. Deep inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then allow the breath to find its way back to a steady, natural rhythm. And very slowly, I want you to conjure up in your mind the memory of, or the image of, a moment where your patience has been tested. And most of us experience this on a daily basis, so this shouldn't be too difficult. Whether it be sitting in your car in traffic, wanting to get wherever you're going, especially if you're supposed to be there by a certain time and it doesn't look like you're going to make that time. Whether it is waiting after someone who has told you that they were going to show up at a certain time and they haven't, and now your time is being quote-unquote wasted. Whether you are waiting to hear back from someone about something that matters to you, and you're really hoping that the situation goes a certain way, but it's really in their hands and you are at their mercy, so to speak. And whether it be a health issue that has been concerning you, and you're really not sure what it is, and you're hoping it's not anything too serious, but you're waiting to see if any more symptoms come up. Whatever your scenario is, I want you to conjure up a memory where your patience has been tested. And I want you to start to notice the sensations that are arising in the body. If you're having trouble identifying a moment or a memory, give yourself another couple of seconds, breaths, moments. And simply stay open. Notice what imagery pops up on its own without you having to seek it. And once you have that memory, I want you to go back into that moment in time. And I want you to notice whatever you can, really. Images that you see, colors that are present. What time of day or night is it? What sounds are around you? Any smells or tastes that may be present? Maybe notice the weight of the clothes on your skin or the temperature of the air. Just really going right back to that moment and allowing the sensations to come in of impatience. I want you to notice where in the body they are. And maybe give those sensations a word, an adjective to describe them. And once you have found where those sensations land in the body and how you would name them, I want you to think of the opposite of that name, opposite of that adjective. If you initially felt tightness, then I want you to think of the word expansion. If you initially felt turmoil, I want you to feel peace. But look for the opposite word or adjective, descriptor. And then once you have it, I want you to scan the body and notice where you find that opposite sensation. Where do you find expansion? Where do you find a sense of peace in the body right now? And then I want you to just welcome that sensation. Let it expand, let it wash all over you. Typically, when we find ourselves getting pulled into impatience, it is because events are not unfolding according to the timeline that we would have them unfold. And so we find ourselves getting pulled into emotional reaction because things are not going according to the way we expect them to go. One of the greatest things that we can do for ourselves, one of the greatest perspectives we can have, is that it is not all up to us. We do not have ultimate control. We have influence within the parameters of this path, but we do not have total control. And when we find that things are not unfolding at the rhythm that we would like them to, can we put our faith in events unfolding in their own time, in there being a bigger, more expansive narrative going on here? Can we trust that events are unfolding at the pace that they are meant to? And that ultimately, when things don't go according to our plan, that we are absolutely supposed to learn something from that. As opposed to try and micromanage it, can we take a step back and trust that the timeline is exactly what it is meant to be? And can we have the presence to ask ourselves, what am I meant to learn from this? Is it trust? Is it faith in forces greater than me? Is it patience? Can I take a step back and surrender to the process, understanding that it has its own energy and its own timeline, and that whatever fears I may have of not getting to where I thought I needed to get in the allotted amount of time, can I trust that I will end up wherever I am meant to, and I will land on my feet, and I will know exactly what to do in that moment. I want you to come back to the sensations associated to the opposite of whatever came up when you thought of impatience. Come back to that coolness, to that expansion, to that sense of everything being perfect as it is. And just breathe.